The most common question I'm asked when people inquire about LaurenKate is how I actually work with them. And basically what I want to say is that we go together on a journey of discovery. We work together to identify and prioritise areas of a person's life that they are finding to be particularly challenging, mostly in relation to their chronic health conditions, but at times they can be areas that are not necessarily related to their chronic health condition, but are just a part of the whole big picture. Most people that I work with find it is great to have the opportunity to talk to someone that isn't emotionally invested in their lives, someone who they can be open and honest with and say whatever they feel. I found myself that when going through the worst part of my chronic illness journey, that I found that family and friends, they got a little bit tired of hearing about it all the time, tired of hearing about what was happening to me, how it was making me feel. And a lot of friends actually started to drift away. So when you do have that opportunity to talk to someone that is there to listen to you and who cares about what is happening in your life, but is not emotionally invested in a way that it is going to change their life, it can be an absolute blessing. And that's one of the reasons that I started this business, is because I wanted to provide for people a service that I would have loved to have had myself when I was at the worst of my journey. Together we work through a plan. I send out paperwork, which is always very handy to have returned before the appointment, because it does save time and energy. And it also helps me to plan ahead and to start to prioritise a little bit about what areas of a person's life they are wanting most to put their time, effort and energy towards. We can do this at the first session, but having this information ahead of time is very handy, and it means that we get the most out of the first session. We identify the areas that are causing the biggest issues, and sometimes the areas that are causing the biggest issues are not the person's priority. Quite often we find that it's a small area that they find is where they really want to put their effort and energy to make a big change. And in other instances, it is where someone is finding that a problem is becoming all-encompassing in their life, and they need to learn some tools and techniques and strategies to identify some ways to move forward from that problem. And that is where we come in to assist in that way. We also keep people accountable for what they're doing. It's all great to make a plan of where they want to go and what they want to do and how they want to make a change in their life. And it's very easy to say to someone, well, you should do this or that, or, what do you think that you're wanting to do, and to come up with a plan. But unless you follow up with a person to ensure that they are being made to be accountable for what they're doing, well, those plans are pretty much useless, because life can get very overwhelming when you are hi guys, I've just noticed that a couple of you have come on board. Give us a thumbs up or some sort of sign to let me know that you're there, or if there's any questions, feel free to pop them up. So yeah, what I was saying was that lost my train of thought. That every person's problems and situations that they want to deal with are all individual, and that's what we're here for. We're here to provide an individual service that assists in whatever area that a person needs. So that's how we work. Sometimes it's one-on-one in person, sometimes it's over the phone or through Zoom, FaceTime or Skype. Having these options means that we can come to you instead of you having to get out of your home and come to an office, which quite often people find when they are already struggling with life. It's just one more thing that they can't handle doing. We also have our support group, which is up and running, and we're about to launch a couple of new support groups very soon. One is going to be specifically for young people aged between 17 and 30, and the other is for the parents of young people in that age group. So LaurenKate is in an expanding mode. We've also just established the medical equipment buy, swap and sell page, which is going gangbusters. In 48 hours we have close to 200 members, so we are very excited about how that's going. And we've got a bit of background music to send us along at the moment. So I'm hoping to come on and do these little live videos every few days to share a little bit more about what the business is about and what I'm about. And feel free to send in any questions or any topics that you would like me to cover. You'll also be starting to see a bit of a change in the Facebook group and page as things expand and develop, and we work to provide an even better service for you. Hoping you all have a great evening, and talk to you soon.